Hollywood star ecosystem is facing a true reckoning. Celebrities are lawyering up, trying to defend themselves from Diddy. They don't want to be on trial. They don't want to be taking the stand. And guess what, folks? The corruption goes far beyond what any of us possibly could have understood. T Swift, the victim of extortion? That's right, folks. We'll tell you why La La Land has gone completely loco land, and it's not the place for fans anymore. Hello, folks. An attitude of gratitude every time you decide to click one of our videos. It's the Pro Channel, where we explain entertainment and keep you ahead of the culture curve. As we get ready to dive in, consider clicking the like button. And if we have not yet earned your subscription, by golly, it's what we're aiming for. Folks, we've got a panel of excellence, a topic that matters. We'll dive in right now. Here we go, folks. This is out of Fox News. Celebrities now are reportedly lawyering up to avoid testifying in the Diddy trial. TMZ's Harvey Levin weighs in on the prosecution's case as former stylist testifies to witnessing violence against Diddy's ex. Here's what the story says. Some celebrities are reportedly worried about being called to testify in the Sean Diddy Combs trafficking trial and have hired lawyers. I have heard that there are some celebs worried about being called to testify and have even lawyered up trying to fight that, TMZ founder Harvey Levin tells Fox News Digital. I think Kid Cudi and Cassian were the star witnesses, but I don't know who else the prosecution has up their sleeve. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there, but they've got 4 weeks left of testimony before they hand it over to the defense. We will see. But what they clearly are doing is cobbling together what they claim is proof beyond a reasonable doubt that he has committed these various crimes. Now, this is all related to Diddy and what he was doing with his freak-offs and all these crazy, stupid celebrity parties where we have clearly seen, allegedly, that even people very young, such as Justin Bieber at the time, being brought into these situations with what can only be described now as a monster of a person. Diddy clearly not acting in a way that is worthy of anything. But folks, as we were getting ready to talk about this situation, and we've tried not to, I don't want to talk about the Diddy stuff. I really don't. The reason we're talking about it now is because the Hollywood celebrities are starting to lawyer up because they don't want to be sucked into this because they were part of this, apparently. And as we were getting ready to do the story, what has been amazing to me is the sordid nature of how things are getting even worse in Hollywood. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and that's really saying something given what we're hearing in this trial. In the last few days, it's been breaking that Taylor Swift has been the target of alleged extortion attempts by Ryan Reynolds' wife. This is by Heather Schwedel. It better be Schwedel. That sounds the best. It's on Slate. It says the latest Taylor Swift news is ominous for Blake Lively. Unfortunately, you should care a little bit. We're already covering this, but it looks like to us that T Swift's dad, Papa Swift, should definitely be a rapper's name once again. Papa Swift apparently got T Swift out of the subpoena by sending the text messages over to Justin Baldoni's peeps and saying, we don't want any part of this. And then leaking out, this is what it seems like, leaking out that, hey, we're being extorted by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who, by the way, are tied together with Disney in the defense in this Justin Baldoni case. What in the world is going on in Hollywood? We have vast numbers of celebrities trying to stay out of the Diddy thing, and then we have this going on at the same time. Things are getting crazy. Things are getting insane. And I want to go to Michelle first. Michelle, what do you think, as someone who follows T Swift, and a little too closely, that's why that letter came to your mail, but what do you think about this crazy new step, I guess, in her career and her story that Blake Lively, her bestie, her friend, her pal, her amiga, was extorting her?
I mean, it says a lot about Blake Lively, does it not? And Ryan Reynolds. I mean, this case just keeps revealing much about their character. People, because I know a lot of people don't like Taylor. It's like, you know, I don't have to like everything about her to have enjoyed her music through the years. But people, I think, kind of wanted just to hate, oh, yeah, she knew it. She was in on it. When you really followed the story, it never made sense that she had anything to do with this and that Blake just kind of used her name a lot, like for power. But this is like mind blowing because you've got to believe that the evidence that they wouldn't lie about them extorting them because I mean, we've already seen in this case, they'll just send the text to the attorneys and it will go public fast. So I would say this is true. I'm going to keep saying this. I don't think men yet are fully understanding. Ryan Reynolds is not escaping this scot-free. I know, like, it still seems that men don't. I'm not trying to say some men, you probably get it, but it's like, I think because us women are more obsessed with this case, like, we get it. But Ryan, here's why I want to make the point. Ryan Reynolds, he needs the female audience. He started as a romantic comedy heartthrob that appealed to women. It was really the Deadpool character that made him to begin to appeal to the male audience. And my point is he has lost a big portion of that female audience that once, like, even a person like me used to enjoy Ryan Reynolds in a movie. And now, after everything that's come out, I cannot look at that man the same way. And I don't want to go see the next Deadpool, and I don't want to watch his movies. And I definitely know I'm not the only female that feels that way. I think there's a lot more than people realize. I think
this is actually worse than the Amber Heard situation with Johnny Depp. I think that this could get so bad that they have to ice not only Ryan Reynolds in the MCU, maybe even Hugh Jackman as this thing kind of metastasizes. We don't know where those lines stop, but ladies, what do you think about this? The idea that this is so bad that Deadpool may be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it's definitely bigger than the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, because that was just them and it was their drama and their, everything surrounding them. But this is bringing other people into it. And everything that's just getting exposed. If she really is extorting Taylor Swift, they're both going to lose their audience. I mean, Blake Lively's already been kind of dragged through the mud for a while, that she's, a diva and hard to work with. And she's just not a good person, which doesn't surprise me because most Hollywood people aren't good people. But yeah. And same thing what Michelle just said with Ryan Reynolds. Oh yeah. He was a big ladies draw. And now the Swifties are going to turn on him, and just guys aren't going to care. Like you said, just Deadpool. So, I mean, if they don't do any more Deadpool movies, I don't think anyone's going to really care, especially the state of MCU right now, which sucks for them because that was the biggest draw in the MCU in the last few years was the Marvel or the Wolverine and Deadpool movie. So, yeah, it's going to get messy.
I'm just going to point out, isn't Ryan Reynolds rumored to be in whatever this new Avengers probably trilogy is going to be?
Well, I mean, he had been rumored. The bigger news, I guess, Jonas, and we're not really sure about this one yet, but we had heard over and over that Wolverine was going to be paired up with Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman with Tom Holland. And I'm telling you right now, you couldn't fit the amount of money. You couldn't take the automatic money that Disney would make off of Hugh Jackman and Tom Holland paired together. You couldn't put that in Fort Knox. Now, the next Spider-Man movie, suddenly with this going on, we get the word that, hey, Spidey's going to be with the Hulk. He's going to get with Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo won't make a single dollar for Disney. There's not a person in the world who hears, oh, Mark Ruffalo's in a movie? Oh, man, I got to go see that Mark Ruffalo movie. No, nobody cares about Mark Ruffalo. I'm telling you, I think Spidey was supposed to be with Hugh Jackman, and that divorce situation plus the close proximity with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, I think Marvel's running scared right now. I don't think...
Terrified, absolutely terrified of an actual Spider-Man movie starring Spider-Man. End of sentence.
No, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really think...
I'm sorry, they put 3 Spider-Men in the last Spider-Man film. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah, I really think they're going to have to put Ryan Reynolds. I don't think, again, I just keep saying the men because the men aren't following this case on the same level. I don't think Disney can touch Ryan Reynolds right now. That is like... yes, it's Blake Lively, but his text messages has come out. The stories on him just keep intensifying, and we're not even to the trial yet. The trial is next, like March. So the damage that can be done, it's still in the horizon of how bad this can get.
Right, we have no idea where this is going to end up going, and it just keeps going and going. Tabitha, I want to go to you though and ask. This is not the only thing that we're watching. The Taylor Swift situation. You've also got this Diddy deal. And the Diddy deal has everybody, and this gets back in sort of the Weinstein situation where everybody knew it. They all knew it. Everybody knew it. Nobody wanted to, do what it took. And you had young celebrities now, it appears to us, who were devastated by this stuff, whose lives were ruined by this stuff. And all of this mess is going on in Hollywood right now, and I think that audiences have had enough. I think the American people have had enough. I frankly think this is one of the reasons that YouTube is exploding right now, is because YouTube allows for not normal, but maybe normally behaving people to finally have a chance to rise up in the ranks, as opposed to these utter depraved miscreants over in Hollywood who seem to have no moral scruples whatsoever. What say you, Tabitha?
Are we surprised? Like, I don't know that we ever looked to Hollywood for moral, ethical people. I think it comes to a complicated mess for sure. One of the biggest problems is that we did idolize these celebrities and we made them much greater and more powerful than they ever should be. They're freaking entertainers. Okay. And I'm going to say it out loud. It is what it is. You look at the roots of entertainment, it's a job for slaves. But for some reason, we made this occupation of entertaining royalty. And that's twisted and backwards. So now you've got people rolling in money, doing whatever they want to, and no justice is served. And this is a big problem across our entire country. So the fact that we're just surprised that it's in Hollywood and that it's being covered up and everything, it's also because people value entertainment way more than we should. I will raise my hand and testify the same. And I know that it will affect a lot of things, and we can see that in the numbers. People aren't going to see certain movies and whatever. But at the end of the day, there are a number of people who don't care at all what these celebrities do. They're just in love with them. It doesn't matter what comes out. They're always going to be like, well, I don't agree with their lifestyle. I wish they didn't do what they did, but my heart will always be with X, Y, and Z. And unfortunately, for some reason, we have come to value entertainment above integrity and, like I said, morals and things like that. I have not been following the Diddy trial and Blake Lively situation. I've seen a couple of snippets on My Nerdy Home just to kind of have an idea. But at the end of the day, the fact that, and this is not to besmirch anybody on the panel, like this is people's jobs is to research these things, and everybody has different interests. It's just I'm looking more towards like our government. It's like the fact that this is also one of those things too. For some people, they pay more attention and care more about what's going on in Hollywood and how the actors' lives are going to be, and are we going to see them in TV shows and movies anymore? And we're not even paying attention to the government trying to outlaw anime because they think it's actually better for the family, when really it's just an overreach to try to monitor what we watch and be in control. And the government never actually cares about you. But I mean, that's my take on the Diddy trial.
Tabitha, you've awoken me. You know, I was putting far too much, what should we say? I was following too closely. I had esteemed these individuals too much, and I chose poorly because I always thought that aspirationally, Diddy was someone to be, and by golly, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who wouldn't want to be like them? So I've changed my mind now. I'm going to find new.
And I hope nobody takes it that I was like I'm on your case. I agree. Like, I don't think these things should be covered up. I think they should be exposed. I believe justice needs to be served. It befuddles me that these things need to go on for days and days and months and years before action actually gets taken care of. Now, I do understand that, there are certain steps that need to go forward. And of course, innocent till proven guilty. But it's just the fact that people in Hollywood are too scared to stand up for truth and justice because they're afraid of losing their jobs or their notoriety. Like, that's it. They would rather people continue to suffer. They would rather that children's continue to be exploited, and God forbid all the other nonsense that's happening, rather than, and like we saw in the thing, they're lawyering up because they're afraid that they're going to get mixed in with this stuff. Instead of speaking up and letting justice serve, they're like, well, I don't want it to hurt my, I don't want it to hurt my career. And I understand that, of course, you've worked hard to get where you're at, and you've got to support your family and stuff like this. But I think that this kind of comes full circle to the baristas, is that you could always get another job.
Listen, I've learned my lesson. I need to switch the stars that I have been esteeming for so long. No longer will I look up to them. I'm switching to someone who's more safe. I'm going to start looking up to people like Lindsay Lohan and Jelly Roll. They'll never let me down.
Never let you down. That's right.
That's right.
Well, I
Jonas,
think
you're muted. I see you trying to get in, but you're muted. What do you have to say, sir?
I was under the impression that Jelly Roll was a fictitious celebrity. Is that a real person?
I'm afraid
It
it
is,
is. Jonas.
isn't it? Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I want to add to it. I think there is a connection here, though, to even, I'm not saying the way the government is ran, but the mainstream media who has covered for, say, a president whose mind was gone for 4 years. When you do follow the Blake Lively stuff, you will see two totally different messaging. The mainstream media still is presenting her as the good one, and Justin Baldoni, essayed her, and even though there's zero proof of that and actually goes the other way. Then on the Diddy situation, I mean, of course, he literally has ties to the Democratic Party and has for years. But the way that these people have been covered, and I think people are fascinated because, yes, like we've always known Hollywood was bad, but we never knew how bad it was. And I think it's almost like the same revealing of what has always been there just has been hidden to people, just as that kind of began happening in politics with Trump. We're now seeing that coming. You're now seeing kind of the unveiling, the uncovering of Hollywood, of music, of all these people that get into these elite places of power and how they have abused this power to such an extent. I mean, back to the Diddy thing. To me, it's just like, one of the things that's like, oh my gosh, wow. When you watch that video of him beating Cassie at that hotel, and the fact that a very nice hotel so easily was paid off to get rid of the evidence of domestic abuse, like someone needs to be punished for that.
Absolutely.
Political and financial power clearly brought to bear. And one of the things I've been amazed about in the past is when corruption happens, there are people that you may think are good and who will do the right thing. My experience is that the percentage of those people, it's very small within that category that will actually do and say and hold true when the doors are shut and when things get hard, when the pressure is put on them and their families. Now, all of that said, ladies, I just want you to know that Hollywood has learned their lesson. This is it. They're done with it. It's over. They're going to clean things up. They've found their next star.
It's time for my summer sizzle, cool as a cherry popsicle, and don't hold back, get ready to stun, fun, fun, fun for everyone. It's time for my summer sizzle, beach ball parties, yeah, we're just getting started. It's my summer sizzle is getting real. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the guy who should be in charge of Star Wars and Marvel. By the way, we are watching right now. They are continuing to circle the recycling bins, and they're going for the win, folks. They're going to make sure that they don't have to wear a T-shirt and jeans. No, they shall not be oppressed by the coffee Java patriarchy.
They're going to make a ditch in that sidewalk.
Please give us a warning before you jump scare me like that, okay?
Yeah,
We're
for
not ready
real.
for it. It's too early for Pedro. It's not even one yet. Come on.
What's the lady who plays Sue Storm? What's her name, Jonas?
Kirby.
Vanessa Kirby. Yeah.
Listen, Amanda, if Vanessa Kirby had to stand there and let him tickle her arm, we could do a jump scare here.
I didn't finish my cup of coffee yet. I wasn't ready.
I don't think no amount of coffee is going to make you ready.
Ready for Pedro.
And Pro, can we just call BS on the whole anxiety thing? I think his whole trip to France, between the dancing with the stick, between the F off, telling people to basically, F you. He doesn't appear to have anxiety when it's not convenient to have anxiety.
And when he told that lady that she should get a risque website, that would be a good idea, he was probably feeling, Jonas, clearly Michelle doesn't know the story. Vash, you know the story. Who was he tell? Dakota, right?
Dakota Fanning. Yeah. Wait, no. Dakota Johnson. Sorry, different actress.
When was this?
Dakota Johnson, a little older. They were on a press tour or something like that, but Dakota Johnson said, "Oh yeah, Pedro told me that I should get one of those accounts that's only for her specific fans and just put her feet on there, and she'll make millions of dollars."
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a joke a lot of people have made. I don't know how seriously I could take that.
but here's the question, though, because she would know how that's going to be taken by the press. So it's not like when you make the joke in private with a small group of people. It's like, why would she put that out in the press unless she doesn't like the guy? You know what I mean?
I'll also say something about Dakota Johnson. She's retaliatory on occasion when she thinks that somebody is getting away with rude behavior. She did push back on Ellen DeGeneres a while back.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
she's
isn't
the
she
same
like
one?
the one that like catapulted her whole like getting canceled and the show stopping because she called her out on her crap on
Yeah.
the show? Yeah.
So maybe Dakota Johnson is the canary in the coal mine here, just trying to, you're like, hey Pedro, here's a haha funny story that's gonna add to the pattern here. I don't know.
Haha, so funny, Pedro. Folks, it's time to bid you adieu, but we hope that you will help us anew, and that is, we're only asking you click that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. And oh, by the way, have you gone the way of thatparkplace.com? www.thatparkplace.com. It's the website that if you're not yet bookmarked to, well, you should be. A bastion of truth and knowledge when it comes to entertainment and everything that's going on. Go check it out today, folks. We would love to have you over there as well. All right, we are getting ready to head out, but do not fret, for we will put out 4 more videos tomorrow, so long as the good Lord allows. And we believe that probably, just might, happen. All right, until the next time we get to share time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I mean, she's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... Okay, call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.